One thing you're going to have to do in this game, you must learn how to adapt to your surroundings. You cannot be from the hood going to a job interview with pajamas on and slippers, sweatpants. I remember one time I felt stupid as hell. I couldn't find the right jeans, right? I had a job interview. I was finna do like, people who be cleaning up construction worker on the street and stuff like that. Yeah, I had a job interview, you know what I'm saying? And nigga, I must have wore some Echo pants, bro. I was proper, my talk, my speech, everything, you know? But it was the way my appearance, and I didn't get the job. You know what I'm saying? But then I always kept that in the back of my mind. You know what I'm saying? So the next time, if I was to be in the professional settings, I know it's a such thing called a dress code. It's a thing called how you speak. You can't go to a job interview like, hey, what's up, homie? Hey, yeah, that's cool. I'm gonna get with you. Yep. You can't do that. You can't do that. A professional setting is a professional setting. A hood setting is a hood setting. You see, it's okay to wear some Echo pants in the hood, but it's not okay to wear no Echo pants to a job interview when you're supposed to have slacks on. Proper preparation prevent poor performance. Like I told you about that story earlier, if I would have prepared time to do it, I would have had time to go and find the pants, the slacks I needed for the job. But since I didn't prepare, like in the Bible it says, proper preparation prevent poor performance. Yeah, nigga, I've been preparing something for y'all niggas. But y'all gonna see I ain't even gonna talk. But that's what I'm talking about. You have to be ready. You have to be able to adapt to your surroundings. If the pressure is put on you, you still have to act accordingly and be yourself. Be affirmative and confident in who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you still gotta be that same person. But if I'm in the hood, right? Or vice versa, I go to the hood with slacks on. I'm like, hey, how you doing, sir? Formula, yes. Motherfuckers gonna look at you like I'm a lick or something. You know what I'm saying? You're not even supposed to act hood. But in that professional setting, you have to be street smart. That's a difference. I was blessed with two things. Like I tell you, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, different philosophy, same subject. This is not no A or B. This is not no Crip or Blood. This is not red versus blue. This is not Democrat versus Republican. I'd rather be a patriot. I don't have to be a motherfucking A or B. Cause you niggas choose up like hoes. And can't none of that shit save you. Only motherfucker that can save you is God Almighty. You better listen to me. Nigga, this is not like, oh, I'm gonna go to the job and this is either in certain situations you have to learn when to just walk away. Certain situations you're gonna have to adapt. Cause what if a nigga around some Crips, right? But you say you blood. But what if a nigga say around some Bloods and he say he Crippin', right? But you could have just been yourself and learn how to adapt in each situations and wouldn't have to deal with things gangbangers have to deal with, such as shots ringing off, losing loved ones, going to the funeral, getting involved in some real demonic activity. You don't have to do that. You have to sign up for success. That's why I say you have to learn to adapt. If a white dude's in the hood and he used to be in prison, he has to learn to adapt because all these street motherfuckers around him. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. He knows when he goes to work. Say if a white dude living in the hood, he knows how to keep his head down and do him. But when he's at work, he knows how to be, extrovert and talk to people and get the job done. He doesn't go back from the hood to the job with the hood in his mind. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no A or B. This is not Malcolm X versus Martin Luther King. There's no A, there's no B. Like, no, bro, stop it, bro. Listen to me, bro. You have to learn how to adapt. It ain't even gotta be hood. It ain't gotta be work. I give you several, examples. Say I'm black, right? And I want to move to Mexico. I'm going to have to adapt in Mexico to learn how they speak in their speech. You understand what I'm saying? I can't be trying to speak American. Say if I'm even in Chinese, I have to learn how to speak Chinese and I have to learn to adapt. I cannot still have these American traditional values, traditional language, and go somewhere where the language is foreign and think that I'm going to succeed with this same thing I've been doing the whole time. No, it's time for correction. You have to be set free. You need to hear the truth because it's time to adapt. This is not 2012 anymore. This is not, you know what I'm saying, 2015. This is 2022, y'all. Going on 2023, 2024, 2025. Eventually, it's going to be 2030. You understand what I'm saying? You got to learn how to adapt. Just like if a Chinese person come over here, they might have to learn some language or not gonna understand how things work. They're gonna have to adapt. You niggas don't know how to adapt. When you with your homies, you act a certain way. When you with your female, you act a certain way. You be the same person, but when you with your boys, you more on chilling. When you with your girl, you feel me? You more on building your relationship. You know, it's not with your girl. You can chill with your girl. You can build with your boys. But the main thing is learn how to adapt. You can't treat her like she's a homeboy. You can't treat these niggas like, you know what I'm saying? If it comes down to it, you know what I'm saying? You going with them. No, I'm going with my family. You feel what I'm saying? And it's about just knowing how to adapt. You know what I'm saying? If you a nigga that's used to working on the phone all day and it's time to write literature and clipboards and it's time for you to write your answers out instead of typing, you're gonna learn to have to write again. But if it's time for texting and on the computer, you're gonna learn how to text if you don't know how. It ain't no I was taught this way. I don't want to adapt. So fuck your infrastructure. And since I don't want to change, I feel like you're attacking me as a person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're shaming me, but I should be ashamed of myself. People feel like you shaming them when they really should be ashamed of themselves. You know what I'm saying? I had to go through a lot of shame. I had to go through a lot of pain. I had to go through a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, to get to where I am right now. And I'm not the same person. A lot of us has changed going on to higher things, higher consciousness, higher thinking. We are not in elementary school no more. These elementary school people are able to have brains like adults or even smarter. A kid even got to learn how to adapt. He can play all he want to at school, but when daddy come home, I mean, when you come home and mom and dad is there, You know how to act. You know, you might be cussing around your friends, but you're not doing that around your dad or your mom. You know better. So even kids gotta adapt. You know what I'm saying? Home life, work life, play life. You know, even let's say add a third factor in there. You have your home life, you have your work life, you have your play life. Your home life, your play life, and work life is different. So your work life is you flip with them in a certain way. When you come home, you gotta adapt a certain way. And then when you go out with your girls or your boys, you adapt in a different way. You have to learn how to adapt. You can't be using the same formulas and frequencies. And when it's different, you have to learn these new formulas, learn these new frequencies. Understand that there is things that superpowers, telling the future, telekinesis, the universe speaking with you, Tai Chi. These things can be developed, but it's like, what are you doing with your time? What are you doing with your mind? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be like Vision off Marvel. You gotta have that Mind Stone. You understand what I'm saying? What did the Mind Stone do? It was able to adapt and control whatever it was around. The Mind Stone that Vision had in his head, it was able to control the humans that was around him. So he didn't even have to change his environment. He just changed the thoughts and the minds of people around him to change the environment for him. Sometimes it's not about controlling life or controlling people. It's about being able to be in control of yourself and come together on a harmonious note about what the fuck that we need done. That's a Republican, that's a Democrat, but we all human. You know what I'm saying? He from 52nd and he from 115. You know what I'm saying? Different isms, different hoods, but we still black, we still people. You understand what I'm saying? It's easy to go with the same formulas and do the same thing that you've been doing. You do what's easy, life is hard. You do what's hard, life becomes easy. Now let me tell you, you want to do what's easy, you know, you don't want to pay rent, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to lead a nest, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to get a job, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, life be hard because you live under somebody else's roof. You ain't got no money to support yourself. Well, if you go and apply yourself, get your own place, you know what I'm saying? Go get a job. Your life will become more easy because you do it was hard. Now what's hard is easy because I already got a job. I got a house able to maintain my job. So if you do what's hard, it becomes easy. But if you want to lollygag and just play around all day, shit gonna be hard for you. Feel me? Long as you try and put effort every day, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, depending on how you use your time, it will come into fruition. Whatever you spend your mind on, whatever you give your energy to. If you're building it and you keep doing it, eventually that will come to life. It will come from a thought to a reality. You understand what I'm saying? And it's all about the mind. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have the mind to tell yourself, I'm in this professional setting, you know, with my friends, you know what I'm saying? This not the same setting. I can't be all bitch or fuck that bitch or this nigga bitch in front of my kids, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or I can't be at work talking about my kids in my home life. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't be at my home talking about what I was doing with my boys. You see what I'm saying? You could be more than one person. You could be a church person, but also you can be a political person that's in office. You have your office life and you have your church life. You have your church self, you have your work self. If your person from your job was to come to your home, he would see you differently because that's a different version of yourself. You understand what I'm saying? Or if, you know what I'm saying, the person you go to work with, see how you chill and shit, he never knew you was like that and you do whatever you do. That's a different version of yourself. All you say something about what you're doing with your boys in the house and your kids over here, that's a different version of you. You see what I'm saying? You're the same person, but you playing different roles. You can't sit there and, you know what I'm saying? It's time to be Hamlet, Macbeth, and Romeo and Juliet, but you still trying to play the Macbeth lines when it's time to be Romeo and Juliet, or when it's time to be Romeo and Juliet, you're doing Macbeth lines. No, you can't do that. We have to do adapt to what is said, understand that, and keep going. Don't throw no fit because you don't understand. You have to learn how to grow. There's nobody perfect on this earth. Ain't nobody perfect. This is one of the biggest gems I'm gonna give y'all. Cause they be looking like they'll test you like, you know what I'm saying? But let's go outside and go smoke like at your job. And then I might have people looking at you different, like, oh, I knew he was just a person who treat themselves like this, like not a low life, but a person who really doesn't care about life, doesn't know how to carry himself. You know what I'm saying? Or if you were to bring some of your boys to the job and see how you working, you know what I'm saying? They'll see you in a different light. You understand what I'm saying? And you just learn how to adapt. So I'm saying if a woman go out with her girls, she go back home with her children. She can't bring her home life, what she's doing with her man, and her children to her girls. She can't. But if her girls was to come to her job, they would see a different version. Now she did a professional version of their friend. Now should they encourage their friend to drink and act like it's the weekend on the job? No, they should respect the fact and see a different version of her, the working version of her. Or say if you brought your kids, you know what I'm saying, to work, they're gonna see a more professional version of their mom. So it's like you can't be one. You have to learn how to adapt. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Heidelberg cannibalism. We're good and we evil. You cannot just be one. God said we're lukewarm. We probably say we holy people and we got the best intents in our hearts, but we're still whoremongering. You know what I'm saying? We still smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I do. And that's what I'm saying. I just because I smoke weed don't mean that I don't love God. And just because I love God don't mean because I smoke weed, I should say, God, just accept me because I smoke weed. No, that's something that I'm working on. I know the Lord wants us to have a sober mind. Do I just go to the Lord like, accept me as I am? No, I try to do better. You know, I'm getting released from these demons. You know what I'm saying? Angels are coming in my life. I put certain things down. I don't drink as much. I don't party as much. You know what I'm saying? People have their own individuals and their struggles. Somebody tell you that holy percent holy, that's a lie. If you say somebody's totally a bad person, that's just the version you see in them. But they family, take care of his daughter, his mom, he's a good person. You just seen a different version of him because he had to adapt to his environment. You know what I'm saying? You can't say the person's 100% evil because their mother would probably have some stories that would shock you about some real things you have to do to have heart to be. You know what I'm saying? So people got skeletons in their closet. People try to do better. You know what I'm saying? And there's people that tied into these evil organizations, but in their heart, they good people. You know what I'm saying? And they want to do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? Just because the position of power they in, like I said, a senator, he has to go with what the government says to keep money in his pocket to feed his family. You know what I'm saying? And that's just him learning to adapt to his surroundings. Now, should I go with my boys and tell them about my problems with my wife and cause they're not fucking therapists, or tell them about my children? No, that's my home life. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to sit back and do things the way you used to do. It's hard to develop and be a different person. But then that's when life becomes easy. It's like, this is what I noticed. It's stuff you're gonna have to do to get past a certain level in your life. I know people that's 80 years old who still like do not know, like do not live the right way. They don't live the right way. Like they never learned. You know what I'm saying? They never took the time to adapt. So it's like if you don't take time to adapt and how your brain manifests on different things, sometimes it be too late. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you waited too long. You know what I'm saying? You didn't want to do it was hard. You wanted this shit to be easy. You understand what I'm saying? But this shit is not easy. You know what I'm saying? This shit is not easy. But if you do it, what becomes hard becomes easy. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to sit here and play games and just say, oh, well, I'm this way, oh, because I'm black, oh, I feel like this is discrimination. But it really not discrimination. It's just you don't got the position because you don't got the credentials, but you feel so entitled and you want to say, oh, I'm black or I'm this or I'm that. You know, you feel entitled. But some people, like women and stuff, they really work hard to get these credentials. So out of due respect as a human being, you should respect the women as such. You feel what I'm saying? Everybody make mistakes, my G. You feel me? We don't hold nobody to their mistakes. Anybody can say, well, you did this and this needs to improve. We don't do that. We come through and we embrace our people. So it's like you have to be prepared to live life accordingly to the way God wants you to live it. You see what I'm saying? It's easy to go around and just smoke weed and drink and whatever you indulge in. But it's hard to get on a holy road and path with so much evil out here. But if you do that, it'll become easy and life become easier to you. But what I noticed, some people once they pass that gap, they shoot and they become stars like real celebrities. Like they're like shining stars because they took time and faced them demons to get over that hunch. People want to live in denial and be 40 and still don't want to go and face that devil. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to do it. Once you knock that devil down, then the light comes. You know what I'm saying? And it's more easier. You can just went the God way, and God will knock the devil down for you. You understand what I'm saying? But you don't want to do what's hard. You don't want to face your demons. You don't want to come to the light. So your life, God gonna let you be in your folly, and God doesn't like when you're not in the light. So He will chastise you. He will bring pain in your life. He will bring suffering just to bring you back to Him. Is He bringing pain and suffering to make you suffer? No, He's bringing pain and suffering to bring you back to Him. Because you're out here gambling. You're out here doing things that you will only want the Lord eyes to know, and you'll keep them secrets forever. And you're not telling about these things that you're doing. Yeah, the Lord knows, and the Lord sees all that. Okay, there's no hiding anything from the Lord. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to hide your skeleton in your closet, but it's hard to confess to the Lord and have your testimony. You know, you'll be like that for many years. But the ones that get past that hunch, they always are successful. Because when that cracking that you just beat, you know what I'm saying? That entity that had power, it was more stronger, you know what I'm saying, and bigger, but you was smarter and faster. Some people say like when you play Mario Kart and you're facing Bowser, like, oh well, Bowser's too big, he's more powerful, but Mario's more faster. Mario's more smarter. You have to use your he instead of seeing him Bowser like, oh, Bowser's too big. Like I said, I turned Godzilla to 1,000 ashes. Even though Godzilla was more, I mean, Bowser was more stronger, and Bowser was more bigger. Mario was smarter, and he was faster. You know, and and then that's when you activate your powers. You're so you have a log in your eye. You're looking at the powers of others when you're supposed to look in the power of yourself and find that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Look inside yourself and find that. You have to face that. Some people were like, "Oh, we playing Mario versus Bowser. Like we're gonna get rid of the game and get a new game." But if you dedicated and you learn, and then you use your attributes, you're gonna pass that level in what you do. You get your experience and you upgrade and you become successful and you go to the next level. But many people don't want to face Bowser. You know what I'm saying? They think Bowser too big. You know what I'm saying? They think Bowser too strong. You know what I'm saying? But a nigga like me, I'm smarter than Bowser. You smarter than Bowser. You know what I'm saying? You faster than Bowser. So use your swiftness, use your feet, use your mind. Or if the person was smarter than you and faster than you know what I'm saying? You have more of a better strategizer. You know what I'm saying? You know that they're powerful. Your strategy is better. Like on a football field, it might be fast. You might be a good quarterback, but we got defense. Your defense might be good. But we got a hell of an offense. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Going back to learning how to adapt. You know, if we playing 2K, I can't push the same buttons I'm playing for Mario. I gotta learn how to play 2K and the buttons and controls of how to play and shoot the ball, shoot my shot in 2K. But if I want to play Madden, then the buttons is different because I'm doing different things. But I can't say, oh well, in Madden these buttons is like this, so in Nintendo I'm gonna play it like it's not gonna work like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna work like that, bro. See us as all. Don't see yourself separate. See us all as one. Don't let colors like black and white or red and blue disguise you. I'm trying to tell you that you're different because we are one and the same. The only difference between us is the truth and the lie. That's the only difference in this world that matters. The truth and the lie. I'm black. Somebody else could be black. He could be a liar though. He could be out here being a Decepticon working for the evil one. You know what I'm saying? But just because he's white doesn't make him my enemy. You know what I'm saying? He might be white, but he still could be right. Just because he's white don't mean he ain't right. You understand what I'm saying? He might be white. He might be different in that color, but we are both truth. He's the truth. You can't deny a white man if he's the truth. You can't deny an Asian man if he's the truth. And it can't deny a black man if a black man is the truth. You know what I'm saying? They might try to put you in a category. He might be a Crip. He might be a Blood. He might be a Republican. He might be a Democrat, but he's the truth. You know, say if I'm a Republican and somebody else is a Democrat, do I say, oh, I'm a Republican and he's Democrat? No, I'm gonna fuck with each other because we the truth and the other person's a lie. Is every black person the truth? No. There's evil black people out here. So all this black stuff, like I said, we're all the same and we all have our differences. The only difference between two black people is if a black person is the truth and if a black person is a lie. The difference between a Chinese person is if it's a Chinese person, it might be different, but is the Chinese person the truth? Is the Chinese person a lie? Truths and lies. That's the only thing that separates us. Because time will tell. You cannot deny the truth and you cannot deny a lie. You can say, oh man, you know what I'm saying? I'm wearing a green shirt, but you're actually wearing a purple shirt. You can't deny a lie. You know what I'm saying? That's a purple shirt. You say you got on green, you can't deny that. Okay? You say you got on a gray shirt, you know what I'm saying? And you actually wearing a gray shirt. Can't nobody say, man, that's a blue shirt. No, that's actually a gray shirt, sir. And that's the truth. And that's the only difference between any human being. It's the truth and the lie. Start looking at it like that. Are you the truth or are you a lie? You know what I'm saying? Are you spreading truth or are you spreading lies? Are you being truthful or are you being deceitful? Them are the only two differences. Like when we ate from the tree of good and evil, our eyes was open. So we was judged for our sin because what? We knew the difference between good and evil. And that's the difference between the truth and a lie. Are you good or are you evil? It don't matter if you're black Shout out to all my white people, because all my black people. It's about God's plan, not yours.